Have you ever pondered the fate of our world if Hitler had emerged victorious from the ashes of the Second World War? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? An alternate timeline, a world where the Axis powers reigned supreme. Today, we delve deep into this hypothetical timeline, shedding light on a world that might have been, had history taken a different turn. The year is 1945. A triumphant Adolf Hitler stands over a defeated Europe. The Allies have lost, and the Nazi regime now dominates the continent. The fall of Britain, the last bastion of resistance in Europe, marks the beginning of a dark era. With Europe under Nazi control, Hitler turns his attention towards the east. Stalin's Soviet Union, a formidable adversary, is next on his list. The Nazi war machine, emboldened by its success in Europe, launches a brutal campaign against the Soviets. Stalin's regime, caught off guard, crumbles under the onslaught, and by 1946 the Soviet Union is no more. Across the Atlantic, the United States, still reeling from the loss of its European allies, adopts a policy of isolation. The country fortifies its borders and focuses on internal growth and prosperity, leaving the rest of the world to its fate. Back in Europe, Hitler begins his grand plan of racial purity. The Holocaust intensifies, resulting in the tragic loss of millions of innocent lives. Europe morphs into a single, homogeneous entity, devoid of the cultural diversity that once made it vibrant and unique. Meanwhile, the technological advancements of the Nazi regime skyrocket. With the resources of an entire continent at their disposal, they make significant strides in nuclear technology and space exploration. They become the first to land a man on the moon, achieving this feat by 1955, long before the United States in our timeline. As the decades roll on, the world becomes a vastly different place. The United States and the Nazi regime maintain an uneasy peace, each respecting the other's sphere of influence. The world is divided, with the Nazi regime dominating Europe and Asia, and the United States maintaining control over the Americas. To summarize, Hitler's victory in the Second World War would have led to a world divided. The Nazi regime would control Europe and Asia, while the United States would become an isolated fortress focusing on its own prosperity. The Holocaust would intensify, leading to the loss of millions of innocent lives. Technological advancements would skyrocket, with the Nazis achieving feats such as landing a man on the moon long before the United States. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? A world shaped by the whims of a dictator. This is, of course, a hypothetical scenario. History took a different turn, and the world as we know it today was shaped by the collective efforts of those who resisted and defeated the Nazi regime. It serves as a reminder of the importance of standing up against tyranny and oppression, and the value of freedom and diversity in our world. So remember, history is not just about the past, it's about understanding the present and shaping a better future.